Hello and welcome to Movie World Plus. I'm in my car. I set up a tripod so it's safe because I just got out of Madam Web, Sony's latest Spider-Man movie. And what a waste of a movie that was. Look, I'll say this. The actors tried their best. Dakota Johnson, I'm not mad at her. Sydney Sweeney, all of them, I'm not mad at them. Adam Scott was in this movie. It was just frustratingly unnecessary, so stupid. And it just I didn't need another character who could tell the future. I'm so sick of these types of characters. There's too many Doctor Strange and Eternals and people who can change the past and know everything that's going on. It's just too much power in a way where Madam Web as a character in general is not one I'm excited to see again. And they clearly knew that. So not only did they give us a character who can tell the future, but then they introduced these 3 Spider-Women that you've seen in the trailers, and none of them get to be Spider-Women in the movie. Spoiler alert, I guess. But all those little teaser shots you see in the trailer, that's it. There's no big moment where you're going to get them all. No. So if you're going in hoping for that, park it at the door. This is all origin story, and it's too much origin story. All about Dakota Johnson, what's her name? Cassie Webb. So dumb of a name. Cassie Webb learning of the truth about her mother and her hunt of spiders. And just the whole damn thing is silly. It's just not in a fun silly. I will say, there are parts that were better to me than, say, even Morbius, which was so dumb. But man, it's hard to judge which one's worse. This one's worse for its own stupid reasons, but so was Morbius. Morbius, so unnecessary. These movies that Sony keeps doing, exploiting their Marvel villains from the Spider-Man universe, are doing such a disservice to the amazing Spider-Man movies that they're doing. The ones with Tom Holland, but I would argue even more Spider-Verse. What Lord and Miller are doing over there with the animated universe is so much better than whatever the hell this is. And it's so irritating that Sony and everybody at Sony has control of this franchise and keeps running into the ground. This isn't helping Marvel at all. This movie, again, it's not... The script is so dumb. But the movie itself isn't the dumpster fire I thought it would be, incoherent babble, but it's just a lot of unnecessary setup and origining. But the characters are, the actors are likable actors. I don't dislike any of these actors. They're just really given nothing to do. The entire setup of this movie, of Dakota Johnson somehow waking up to realize she can see premonitions of the future, it's never explained how or why that works. And then just conveniently, she runs into these 3 girls because she's already run into them before, so why not? And the bad guy sees these girls as Spider-Men trying to kill him. So he must find them before they do it. So then, of course, Dakota Johnson has to stumble upon them first. And the whole premise of this scene, in the subway scene, where she stumbles upon the 3 girls who are all just beautiful runaway teenagers that she then gathers, and they all just sort of buy it, and they're all following her lead for no reason. The whole thing is so stupid. Everybody involved in this movie is trying. They're well, let's all get paid. Let's try to do the best we can because of this dumb material. But the whole premise of Madam Web, these characters, this whole thing, it's just dumb. It's just so dumb. There are several points in this movie where I just laughed at just sort of the stupidness of the script, of the premise. But again, Dakota Johnson's trying her damnedest to have some fun and some edge with it, and she's committed. She's explaining a bunch of important scenes when no one else is in the room and talking to herself in as believable of a way as one could do in such a movie. Sydney Sweeney just playing the innocent girl is what's going... I like her. I would have rather seen a movie with her, to be honest. The other 2 Spider-Women, not real. They're okay, but they all just sort of bleed together. I would say Sydney Sweeney's the interesting standout. There is definitely something about her. She's definitely going to become more and more popular as things go. But the other 2 actors, the other 2 girls, whatever. The bad guy, I'm still unclear who he is, why he's in a black Spider-Man suit, and because of these weird Amazonian Spider-Men talk about a whole nother backstory of like, well, where are these guys? Where'd they come from? There's just so much unraveling in this world. Was always my problem with the comics too. There's just too many characters in the universe that are connected. And I always found that kind of stupid. Like, I like my more grounded, like, realistic things, and they're like, oh, that's crazy that this happened, and now you're in a world where that happened. But it's like the Flash TV show. I lost interest when everybody becomes a speedster, and then you're gonna have more speedsters. Like, why is every version of it more spider people? And then everyone's connected to the spider people. It's just too... It's where these comic book movies always lose me. And this movie is just yet another one. Ben Parker's in the movie, of course, because he's got to be friends with Cassie Webb. And, what does that mean? I don't know, but it's all so silly. It's all just so unnecessary. And Sony, my God, why did you make this movie? Why? I don't understand what they're doing. The Kraven the Hunter looks so boring. Okay, it's got blood, red blood. Well, yay, cool, it's gonna be violent. I don't need that movie. I don't need any of these movies. I want a good Tom Holland movie. Keep the franchise going. Have him show up. Actually, it was interesting. I saw Amy Pascal, who's in charge of Sony, with Lord and Miller. They were talking about, when's a Miles Morales movie coming? And she admitted, she's like, well, not until we had 2 more movies coming, and more important, which was the, Beyond the Spider-Verse 2 and the next Tom Holland film. They're focused on those 2 right now. And the reporter's like, oh, come on, tell me something on the spreadsheet. There must be something. And it was Lord or Miller, I forget which one's which, but he laughs. You think there's a spreadsheet? Ha! And it was funny. He was funny, but it was also kind of depressing because I could see his pain, where it's like, it's hard enough to make that whole universe, the animated world that they're trying to finish and get done and make it look beautiful. But this idea that the whole Sony universe is actually planned and that there's someone smart at the helm of it all, there isn't. And this is yet another proof of it. Madam Web is just unnecessary. It's dumb. It's just stupid. No matter how likable the actors are, no matter how much everyone's trying their damnedest, there's no action. Devoid of any good action. The premise makes no sense. Her powers make no sense. Her powers are too powerful if and when she learns how to tell the future. Oh my God, how do you beat that? It's just like, why would you introduce that? So she can just tell the future, okay? The 3 Spider Women, why are they there? It's never really clarified. I don't know why. Why aren't they Spider Women in the damn movie? You'd think that's what you'd want with the trailer, but no, they're just teasing you with images of Sydney Sweeney looking cool in that outfit and the other 2, just because they realized we need more of that. That's clearly what people want to see, not Madam Web. Everyone's making fun of, like, my mom's got bitten by a spider in the all that. There's a ton of it. There's such cheesy, silly dialogue. And again, I will admit, they're trying their damnedest, but none of it works. None of it works. This movie is dumb, dumb, dumb. They made me watch it in the middle of the afternoon. I couldn't even bring a guest. F you, Sony. You're trying to disguise, polish a turd. This movie's sadly a turd. I would wait till it's on streaming at some point if you're really, really, really desperate. This is not a movie that's going to save cinemas. This is the exact type of movie that I think is ruining theaters. It's just a very bad, mediocre at best, unnecessary, just superhero nonsense. We can do better than this. Have faith in a good director and put in good actors and focus on a story that makes sense. That's what we want, not Madam Web. Are you guys going to see it? Are you excited? What are your thoughts? Thank you for watching my car review. More coming here on Movie World Plus. So hit that subscribe button, will ya? All right, I got to stop this and not crash. Bye, everybody.